guys, Jeff Lipple. Today I was going to talk to you about the first duplex I bought, and that stemmed from the first rental property that I bought, which was a single family bungalow. So if you didn't watch the previous episode, you go check that one out. Because what happened was I had the initial $7,000 to buy the bungalow, the single family residence. I ended up doing a cash out refi, which led to me being able to have the down payment for the first duplex. So it wasn't necessarily any cash in my pocket for the duplex. I basically didn't have to pay anything for it other than maybe some closing costs, but pretty minimal, whatever it might have been. So again, this was a property that I bought from my buddy Jeremy out in Kalamazoo. And it was just something where he had sent me a message on Facebook because he knew that I was looking to get more properties. Said he had a duplex that he just rehabbed for $50,000. It was already leased out. And I said, sure. He was selling that property to fund a bigger project. So I kind of joked that I'd be buying the greenhouses off him so he could build his red hotels just like Monopoly. And that's really what it is. I mean, it's intimidating at first, but I think people overcomplicate real estate investing. Sometimes you have to get creative with financing and whatnot. But once you get the ball rolling, you'll see it's pretty simple. You're just trying to buy properties and rent them out for more than they cost you, or buy properties, fix them up, and sell them for more than you had into the project. So as far as the numbers on the duplex, I bought that property for $50,000 and I got a mortgage on the property. I needed to come up with 25% as a down payment because it was an investment property, which is $12,500. That $12,500 came out as I pulled that equity out of the first single family rental that I purchased. So it wasn't necessarily anything out of my pocket, or if there was anything out of my pocket, it was pretty minimal, which means that I had to finance the remaining $37,500. So that mortgage payment with taxes and insurance included was $505. So the cool thing, this duplex, it was already rented out, it was already cash flowing, didn't need any work, it was turnkey property, and the combined rents for the two units were $1,425. And if we take out about 25% for capital expenditures, vacancy and management, that's about $360. And then we take out our $505 payment, we come to $560. So for not really having to pay anything out of pocket, I had an extra $560 per month in cash flow. So $560 a month cash flow from the duplex, $230 a month cash flow from the bungalow. So a total of $790 per month positive cash flow, or yearly $9,480 per year. So from my initial $7,000 investment, I paid that $7,000 one time to get $9,480 paid to me per year without having to do really much of any work. These properties, these first two properties, were both out in Kalamazoo. I live about a half an hour north of Detroit on the east side of Michigan. Kalamazoo is about 2 hours and 15 minutes or two and a half hours away from me on the west side of the state. You might not necessarily want to buy outside of your market for your first couple properties, but the cool thing is you can do something like that, whereas if you have a management team in place or a trusted source in that market, that I didn't really have to be involved at all. I was still working my full-time job. I didn't really have any involvement with the property or with the tenants. This was just something that I said, I took the $7,000 out of my bank account. Now I have $9,480 coming into my bank account every year. This was another great property where it was win-win for everybody across the board. Jeremy had bought the property for around $13,000, I think, and put about $7,000 into it. I think he only had about $20,000 into this property. Sold it to me for $50,000, so he made about $30,000 within a month just from doing the rehab and flipping it to me. I bought the property for $50,000. It was renting out for $14.25 a month, so it was cash flowing from day one. I didn't have to do any work on the property. I had it managed by a property management company, so I didn't really have to be involved with the property. Cash flowing from day one. The tenants got a newly renovated property. to live in, and I just recently sold a property to someone who's an investor out in Colorado, and I sold it for $59,000. So I had the property for about a year, collected rents for a year, sold it for $9,000 more than I paid for it, and again, you know, here it is, 2016, a really strong market. People might think that deals just aren't out there, but I just sold that property to an investor out in Colorado. She paid $59,000 for it. She's, you know, has 2 tenants in there paying $14.25 per month. So the deals are still out there. So I hope these examples kind of get your wheels spinning and get you looking at different properties and thinking about different things. Get out there and you can take some action and you put some offers in on properties. Even if something was listed for $110,000, you can still offer $60,000 on it, or you can talk to for sale by owners, or you can talk to wholesalers. Get creative and let people know what you're looking for. And I mean, especially in the Detroit market, for example, you talk to me, I'll tell you about 5 different people that you can talk to start looking for deals. And just take those steps. Don't get too overwhelmed by it. Always feel free to reach out to me or go to your local real estate meetings. The biggest thing is just taking action and learning the process as you go along, because there's unlimited resources online to learn about this stuff, but until you actually start taking some steps to put an offer in on a property and get approved for funding, so better to move forward and fail and learn from that than to just be watching videos and reading blogs and never taking any action. All right, everybody, good talking to you, and I'll talk to you soon.